to the Petite Palette Kitchen.
I'm Lisa Beals.
And I'm Christine Naylor.
And today is our holiday special. Yay. We're making a Christmas goose.
A goose.
A goose. What do you do with a goose?
Yes.
Most people haven't had one before.
We're also making Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. And for the little ones, we're going to tell you how to make it really taste good for the little guys.
Yes. And some wild rice. What else are you making?
I'm making a mulled cider for the entire family. A wonderful dessert of poached pears and a wine sauce. So amazing. And with the goose, we're gonna have a wonderful chestnut and plum sauce.
And don't forget the babies once again. Oh. The pears we're gonna puree for baby food, and the roasted potatoes we're also making are gonna be put aside for baby food as well.
So stay tuned, we're gonna go get cooking.
Yay.
So we're going to start with our big goose, which is really exciting. Not many people cook geese, but they're so easy. In fact, they're easier than turkeys, I find. I got this right from the butcher. This guy is not cheap. This one was about $50, so you want to be really, really careful, and it's definitely wonderful for a festive Christmas. I wanted to show everybody better how to do it right from the butcher. So I'm going to just start with the plastic, cut right through, cut it right off. I'm doing it in a little pot because it's going to have juices and you don't want them getting all over the place. Just cut off his plastic wrap. This was frozen, which most come frozen these days, and you defrost it either in the refrigerator for 2 days or under running water in the packaging for 6 to 8 hours. Or if you want to not keep your faucet running for 6 to 8 hours, then just keep changing the water and put it in a big stock pot with the water. But make sure to keep it inside the plastic. All right, they are very, very fatty. So what we want to do, and goose fat is wonderful to use, as well as duck fat, for you render it down. And we're going to put some in this pot here. You render it down, and you can use anything like you would use oil for. This is the bottom end, the rump end, and I'm just pulling out all the fat in the cavity to start, and it just rips right out. We want to pull the neck out. Don't throw it away. Make a stock. It's so easy. I'm going to put it aside for now. Now you see this is a skin flap, which used to be his head. I don't find that very exciting to look at, so I just cut it off. Now I need to just rinse him off under the cold faucet. Just rinse him in and out, inside and out. It doesn't have to be scrubbed with soap or anything, but just, you know, get all that miscellaneous blood and stuff. Okay, that's it. Quick rinse. Pat him dry. This bird is 12 pounds, and you're going to want to go 1 pound, pound and a half per person. I'm planning on 6 people, so this will be generous for 6. They're just like really big ducks. They have a lot of fat like ducks do. They have really skimpy wings. The wings are like not very meaty. This wingtip, you can just tuck it in there nicely, or if you want to, you can cut it off here at the joint and put this in a stock, or discard it. I'm going to keep them in right there because they seem to lie very nicely. I'm not going to trust the top of it. I'm just going to trust the bottom. And I'm going to put a stuffing in. We have prunes here, and these are pitted prunes. And what I'm going to do is add wine to them. You can eyeball it. It's going to be 2.5 to 3 cups almost. A squeeze of lemon juice, orange juice. We're just going to poach the prunes just a little bit to reconstitute them. This is my goose fat. I'm going to put it over here and on really low heat and just let that go. You can let that go for a while. And I'm going to put in some of my veal stock that I made. You just really have to pour in maybe a cup, cup and a half. And you'll notice the veal stock when it's cold is really gelatinous. And that's because I've used veal bones and all the jello comes out of the bones. And it makes a really thick, rich, wonderful stock. I'm going to add a sprig of thyme and a small bay leaf just to bring everything up to a quick boil. And while that's heating up, I'm going to start the other section of the stuffing for the goose. And we have 3 bay leaves, 3 big ones, and I have a big onion and 2 cloves of garlic. And then you see my orange. one. I'm just going to quickly chop the onion into about 6 parts. That's it. And I'm going to stuff this right into the cavity of the bird. I'm going to stick my bay leaves in there as well. Just stick them right on in. And slice off some of my orange. And while my fingers are all full of goose, I'm going to just take 1 1/4 of the oranges and rub it into the goose skin. It has a wonderful flavor, very aromatic, and it helps crisp the skin a little bit because of the sugars. Just take the rind, stuff it in there too. Same with the second half. My garlic, 2 cloves, quick crush. Okay, stick it all the way in. While the prunes are still coming up to a boil, I'm going to show you a little bit about the skin of the bird. You have to poke the skin, and it keeps the skin from like bubbling up and helps the juices get down into the meat, and the skin helps it render down and get crispier. My prunes are boiling, but I'm going to take about a handful, and I'm going to put those into the cavity of the bird also. So they have a little bit of the wine flavor, a little bit of the stock. And I promise you, this goose is so wonderful, and it's so easy. This is really the hardest part of the goose. That's it. Okay, we're going to let that simmer on low until it's reduced about by 1/3. I'm going to turn it way down. Quick truss. All I'm going to do is take a little bit of string and his legs. Now sometimes the butcher or with the bird producer will leave this big piece of fat by the rump, and you can truss it just by putting it around the legs like that. I like to give it a little bit more security because I have stuff in there, so I tie it with string as well. Just a quick bow. And he is ready to go. I have a preheated oven, it's 375, and I'm going to put the bird in the oven for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you turn it down to 350 for ½ an hour, at which point you baste it. Now, a bird about 12 pounds, 12 to 14 pounds, takes a total of 2½ hours to cook. They're bonier than turkeys, so they take a lot less time to cook, so it's a quicker Christmas dinner. Put them on in. That's it.
So I'm going to start on the Brussels sprouts. I'm going to boil them today. I'm bringing water to a boil. Tablespoon of salt. These will take about 10 minutes. When these are done, they don't need to be soft. They still need to be hard, but you can kind of push a knife through them. Then I'm going to glaze them. And it's real simple, but a nice clean dish. Okay, so while those are going, I am going to toast some almonds. So you wait till it gets pretty darn hot, and then you just throw them in there. Some people put salt in there with them, so they're easier to flip. I don't. These are raw almonds. Simple, simple. You just let them lay them in a flat line, and then we're going to have these together with the Brussels sprouts with maple syrup and butter, glazed, done.
I smell them. They smell great.
They smell so good.
They smell so good.
Nutty flavor. So those are going to go with the Brussels sprouts in just a little bit. The Brussels sprouts still need some time.